Human Resource Planning, Vocational Training and National Excellence, Honorable Alfred, Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Mr. Gist, CXC Local Registrar, Ms. Magali Celestine, Senior Education Officer for Secondary Schools, and other senior officers here this morning, supervision and support staff of the Ministry of Education, technical staff, I see we are in great numbers here. Honorable Wenham Shepherd, welcome to our event as usual. Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Education, we welcome you here this morning. Principals of secondary schools, teachers, students, staff of our secondary schools, other invited guests, parents who are here this morning celebrating the success of our children and the success of schools in general, the media, and those of us who are following online through live streaming. We welcome you this morning to the official release of results of the CXC suite of examinations for the 2024 cycle. Welcome, everybody. Yeah. Before I proceed, I would like us to stand to pray, because with everything we need to give thanks. So let us just take a moment to thank God for His many blessings on us. If you would please stand. And as we take a moment to give God thanks, let us also remember our teachers who may not have made it through this day today. And I'm just thinking of our dear teacher, Mr. Drago at Castlebrus Secondary School, and other past teachers who may have also succumbed, and our students, most recently a student of the Newtown Primary School who was in a vehicular accident, and other students who we also have another student of the St. Mary's Primary School, and other students who may have succumbed. We ask God to grant the families strength in moments of challenge. We always say education is a family of persons, all our stakeholders. We are one family, and we look out for each other in times of need. Notwithstanding, recognize the presence of Almighty Father among us. And let us just take a moment to do that. Father, we thank you for life. We thank you for health. We thank you for strength. We thank you because you are God, and you alone are God. We thank you because we don't know what you know, and we need not try to know, because you are God. We ask you to bless us, Lord. Bless the Ministry of Education. Bless the staff of education. Bless our parents, our students, our teachers at the schools. Bless our principals. Help them, Lord, that they may continue doing an excellent job at serving the nation, at providing efficient customer service to ensure that our students materialize the outcomes, the intent of the Ministry of Education, the educational outcomes. Be with us in all that we do. And as we release results of this year's examination, we ask you, Lord, to give our parents and our students strength, both to enjoy the hard work that they have done, and for those who may not have gotten the expected or desired results, give them the strength so that they can continue working, because, as we often say, even in challenges, you gain strength to proceed and to continue working. We ask this in your holy name. Amen. Thank you very much. You may be seated. And as indicated in protocol earlier on, I really want to welcome everybody here to the official release of results. You would have recognized that just over a week ago, we had a regional release of results of CXC examinations across the region. And each year, the Ministry of Education releases results of both our primary school performance. You would have also recognized that in June, we did the results of grade 6 national assessment. And one of the keynotes of the results at that time was the excellent performance of our boys. and improvement in boys' performance at Grade 6 National Assessment. Around this time in the year, we do the results of the CXC suite of examinations, and that includes CCSLC examination, CSEC examination, CVQ examination, and our CAPE examination results. We often use the examination results as a marker of efficiency of the education system, and that's not only in Dominica, across the region as well, because notwithstanding everything else, the performance of students gives you an indication as to the efficiency of the system, because if you're not performing, then obviously the stakeholders will lament that the system is not producing the desired output. So we are always happy to give you an indication of the Ministry of Education's report card. That is our report card, the performance of students at local and regional examination. And this morning I'm happy, and I'm sure the entire team is happy, to present the results this year. You would have again gotten a glimpse of the results from our last press intervention with the CXC over a week ago, where there was an indication of the continued improvement of Dominica in the regional examination. And I know that the persons who are to speak this morning will talk about that in greater detail. Once again, this year, our students have made us proud. We are even more elated at the quality of the results in terms of the improvement of our students. So not only are they meeting the benchmark, but they are doing very well in the subjects that they write. And that is important as well, the quality of the results. So it's not only getting a 1, but the quality of the 1. And you, for all of you who would have done CXC, you would have known that there are the profiles and there's a, it's not just a 1, it's the type of 1 that you get. So in a deeper analysis, we recognize that the quality of the results are much, much better. And we need to give our students, teachers, principals a round of applause for that. Notwithstanding our excellent performance, as usual, there are a couple areas where we need to improve, and we need to meet those areas. We need to highlight those areas, because it's not only the strengths and the gains of the systems. When we recognize our challenge, then we are better able to improve. And last year, I commented on the SBA performance and the fact that many students did not complete the SBA. I'm happy to say that this year we have seen significant improvement in that. We still need to go a bit further. We are improving in the SBA quality and the submission, but we need not relent, because we need to do some more work here. Also, you would have heard in our last press intervention, the area of mathematics is one where we need to do a bit more work, and the Ministry of Education will commit to working more closely in providing support to our teachers at the school system. Just this morning, I was having a discussion in front of our curriculum officers looking at how can we better support schools in those areas, and I'm happy to indicate that we will be redoubling our efforts in that light. One of the areas that I need to highlight, though, is, and I know Honorable Minister will talk about that in a bit more detail, our TVET, because Honorable Minister is very passionate about TVET performance, and we have been doing very well in TVET. We need to continue our performance in TVET, but I need to admonish schools to provide greater opportunities and exposure for students in the area of TVET, because all the areas that we have decided to pursue on the TVET, the students have been doing very, very, very well. And that means that we can probably even lead the region in that area, because our students have been excelling in TVET. And you would hear again, when the analysis is done, the number of ones that we get in the TVET areas. This year, we received 3 grade 1s, and I know I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but visual and performing arts, I need to highlight that as Chief Education Officer, because it's an area that we are trying our best to provide the support, the human resource support. And the fact that we have grade 1s in visual and performing arts, it's a testament to the fact that we can do it. And again, we deserve a round of applause for that. I know that's an area that the media may be interested in. I need to, as I conclude my welcome, I really need to lament and reiterate the contribution of our various stakeholders to this enterprise. I will say that the Ministry of Education serves as a point of stability in terms of improvement of education system, but also in terms of ensuring that our communities, and sometimes we don't make that nexus, we don't make that linkage between the stabilities and the stability in the community and the links to schooling and education. You would have noticed that during the summer and other holidays, when students are not at school, you find something is missing, right? There's some missing portion of the community. And that shows that the importance of schooling is not just for student outcomes, but it acts as a socializing factor, economic factor, and all the other factors in terms of community and community life. And it's important because our stakeholders are part of that as well. So I really want to thank our stakeholders, our parents, the principals at the secondary schools who are doing a tremendous job, notwithstanding all the challenges which exist. The teachers, the teaching staff, very motivated, and our students, some of them are gathered here this morning to celebrate their success. Our students have been doing an excellent job. And I know that because when we compare our results with the regional performance, we recognize that we are on par and we are leading the region in many areas. So it means that we are doing a great job at educating the nation. And the media often tells me, when I tell the media, persons in the media, well, you need to talk more about the success of the Ministry of Education, just as much as you're looking at challenges. They say, well, Dr. Blaise, you'll have to blow your horns. We cannot blow it for you. So be it, but we have been doing an excellent job, and I'm sure that all our stakeholders are happy for that. I really want to welcome everybody here this morning. Ms. Celestine will be doing an analysis of the results, after which Honorable Minister will present the top performing students, and I'm sure she will reiterate the importance of some of our policy areas in terms of education development. And we will entertain questions from the media subsequent to that. So welcome everybody. We hope that you enjoyed today's proceedings. Again, our students, I'm sure will enjoy it because they have done very well. Good morning, welcome. And I will call Ms. Celestine to the podium to present an analysis of the results. Ms. Celestine.
Thank you, Dr. Blaise. Honorable Octavia Alfred, Minister for Education, Human Resource Planning, Vocational Training, and National Excellence. Honorable Finella Wenham, PALSEC in the Ministry of Education. PS Education, Mr. Robert Gist. Chief Education Officer, Dr. Jeffrey Blaise. SEO Secondary Schools, Mr. David Maxime. Other staff of the Ministry of Education, our dear principals, deputies, teachers, students, the media, the listening public, good morning. I am elated to present the analysis of the 2024 CXC results this morning. Before we start viewing the slides, let me just give a brief overview on the administration of the 2024 exams. This was really my most relaxed examination session. The timetable was reduced by 1 week compared to last year, and all of our multiple choice exams were done online for both CSEC and CAPE. Except for the CCSLC, mathematics and English, they were administered on paper. And digital literacy at the CCSLC level was the only paper done with no paper backup. So we were dependent on electricity and internet to be able to perform that exam. And thankfully, all worked well. This year, there were no cell phone irregularities. That reminds me of 2018 after Hurricane Maria. No cell phone irregularities. And I want to thank the parents, the principals, and the students who cooperated with us, because I mentioned it at several stakeholder meetings, PTA meetings, from 5-level meetings. So the students, they really took heed and they did not take their cell phones into the exam room. For that, I am grateful. This year also, there was no leakage of exam scripts compared to last year, and that was a plus for us. To ensure greater security of our exams, the police department collaborated with us. They worked closely with my office to ensure that our papers were secure during movement, during transportation from one location to the next. We had a hybrid e-assessment done this year. It was successfully piloted in January 2024 with English A, paper 3-2, and it continued in May, June 2024. The hybrid e-assessment really is having the students view the question paper on screen and they provide their responses on the booklet. And that approach will become the norm eventually as CXC seeks to continue in that light. This year, there was an increase in absenteeism, mainly because of illness. Candidates feel that they were not adequately prepared, so they just did not show up on the given days. Every year, we have candidates facing hardships, and this year, we had different levels of hardships across the region. So there were reported of cases of bomb threats. We had weather systems interrupting exams in Jamaica, Turks and Caicos Islands, the British Virgin Islands, and St. Martin. Thankfully for Dominica, all went well. We had no weather interruptions, nothing like that. However, we had some cases of grave illnesses and medical reports were submitted on behalf of those candidates. One candidate was authorized by a medical practitioner to take exams while under observation at the Dominica-China Friendship Hospital. And we ended very late. It was almost midnight when that candidate ended the exams. As we go through the slides this morning, please bear in mind that the results are preliminary. We are in the middle of the query and review period, so the statistics are subject to change by November, December. You will also notice during my presentation some good reasons why CXC selected Dominica to release the 2024 results for the region. Take note of the many first times I will mention throughout the analysis. Let's begin with the analysis of the 2024 CCSLC results. 9 secondary schools submitted candidates for the 2024 CCSLC exams. We had a total of 639 school candidates, which comprised of 367 males and 272 females. This number shows that we had 49 students less than 2023. Exams were done in 7 different subject areas, with schools attempting a minimum of 2 to a maximum of 7 subjects. The Isaiah Thomas Secondary School offered digital literacy for the first time in 2024. They joined the Castlebrook Secondary School, who was the first to register students for that subject in 2022. I implore all principals to include digital literacy in their curriculum, as it is a very relevant subject in this digital era. This slide shows an improvement in schools' overall percentage pass in the 2024 CCSLC English exam when compared to 2023. The Arthur Waldron SDA Academy has maintained its 100% pass rate. Marked improvements can be seen at the Castlebrook Secondary School, the Pierre Charles Secondary School, the Northeast Comprehensive School, and the Goodwill Secondary School. We want to commend the teachers at those schools for a job well done. The Castlebrook Secondary School is the most improved school in CCSLC English when compared to the score obtained in 2023, and they deserve a round of applause. When we take a look at schools' performance in CCSLC mathematics, the Arthur Waldron SDA Academy maintained its performance of 100% like in 2023, and the Portsmouth Secondary School stepped up to enjoy a 100% pass rate as well. The Goodwill Secondary School, Pierre Charles Secondary School, Dominica Grammar School, and the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School have shown marked improvement in CCSLC mathematics in 2024 when compared to what they did in 2023. They also deserve a round of applause. And what I am most happy about is the fact that the Goodwill Secondary School is the most improved school in CCSLC mathematics when compared to their score in 2023. Excellent, excellent job. We all know the conditions under which the Goodwill Secondary School operates. And to have that level of achievement, when they get their new school, you know wonders will happen there. All of the subjects on the slide were administered online at all schools. So we're talking about digital literacy, integrated science, French, social studies, and Spanish. They were all done online. The Castlebrook Secondary School always captures 100% pass in digital literacy. And the ITSS took up the challenge this year to offer digital literacy for the very first time, and they have also received the 100% pass rate. That's excellent. With respect to the other 4 CCSLC subjects on this slide, there was an overall improvement in integrated science and Spanish. We anticipate an increase in numbers like those we have taking French. You can see the big disparity in the numbers. This slide shows a summary of candidates' overall performance at the 2024 CCSLC exams. 547 out of the 639 candidates, which represents 86%, were successful at the 2024 CCSLC exams, and that is extraordinary. The pie chart shows that 163 students, or 25%, obtained mastery only in all subjects attempted. 177 students, or 28%, were deemed competent only in all subjects attempted. 104 students, or 16%, scored a mix of mastery and competent in the subjects that they sat. And 99 students, or 15%, received mastery or competent in all subjects sat. The gray section shows only 54 students, or 8%, failed the CCSLC exams. They are still developing competence. While 38 students, or 6%, never showed up for the exams. They were absent for some reason or the other. And that is what we want to encourage our students to do. Show up. The parents have paid. The government pays for the mathematics and the English A, so that's at no cost to the parents. The most the students can do is show up and attempt the exams. Let's not make our monies go to waste. To wrap up the presentation for the CCSLC results, here are the main highlights. The Arthur Waldron SDA has again maintained its 100% pass in CCSLC English and Mathematics. Astounding improvements for the Goodwill Secondary School in both English and Math. Castlebrook Secondary, Pierre Charles Secondary, and Northeast Comprehensive have performed better than last year in English. The Portsmouth Secondary School also received the 100% pass in Mathematics. The Dominica Grammar School, the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School, and the Pierre Charles Secondary School have shown improvement in mathematics in 2024. Digital literacy has maintained its success rate of 100%, and more schools are encouraged to offer this subject in 2025 and onward. 543 students, or 85%, have attained mastery or competent levels in the 2024 CCSLC exams. These figures represent 13 less students when compared to 2023, but with a better quality of results. Let's give them a round of applause for a job well done. Let's move on now to the 2024 CSEC results. 14 secondary schools submitted candidates for CSEC exams. Unfortunately, the St. John's Academy has closed its doors. A total of 767 school candidates wrote the exams this year. This is the first time in history that the number of school candidates registered matches our area code, 767. This number comprised of 326 males and 441 females. It represents 14 more students than last year when 753 students sat the exams. A decrease by 15 males, but an increase of 29 females. We had a total of 187 private candidates writing exams this year, 47 males and 140 females. This represents 15 less private candidates than 2023. This year, our private candidates did a very wise move. 97 of those private candidates registered with schools offering school-based assessment to increase their chances of getting a grade 1 or 2. And did it work? Yes, it did. So only 90 private candidates attempted the paper 3-2. A total of 954 candidates wrote the CSEC exams in 32 subject areas. E-testing was compulsory for paper 2 EDPM and paper 3-2 information technology. All our paper 1 exams were e-tested. School-based assessments, or SBA submission, determines the quality of candidates' grades. As a matter of fact, no SBA means ungraded. The candidate will not receive a mark. The blue bars on this chart indicate the schools with SBA submission for all candidates in all subjects registered with an SBA component. Hats off to the Convent High School, the Dominica Community High School, the St. Martin Secondary School, the Arthur Waldron SDA Academy, and the Orion Academy for ensuring that all of their candidates handed their SBA to the teachers on time, and all SBAs were successfully uploaded to the ORS before the deadline. This is excellent. The St. Mary's Academy and the Wesley High School also did an awesome job. As a matter of fact, only one SBA was not uploaded at these two schools due to non-submission by just one student. So that is also commendable. The efforts placed at those 7 schools must be emulated at all schools, considering the importance of SBAs to the candidate's success. Teachers should encourage students to develop their SBA using Google Docs over the 2-year period to prevent loss of files on flash drives or crashed devices. It is to the student's advantage to submit an incomplete version of the SBA instead of nothing at all. So at least if the student did the cover page, they did an introduction, they did part of the SBA, best you submit that. than not submitting anything at all. At least CXC will use what they have and see what grade they can give that child. I look forward to 100% pass submission of SBAs at all schools in 2025 and onward. So principals and teachers, I challenge you with this one. The preliminary results show a 1.2% increase in the overall percentage pass of students receiving grades 1, 2, and 3 in the 2024 CSEC exams when compared to 2023. However, our 2024 performance matches that of 2019. You will see we're still in the 80s, 80.4 in 2019, and we are 80 in 2024. In terms of Dominica's overall performance at the 2024 CSEC exams, the following points are noteworthy. 252 candidates, or 33%, passed 5 or more subjects, including mathematics and English A. We know those are our 2 key subjects. 465 candidates, or 61%, passed 5 or more subjects with grades 1, 2, or 3 in either mathematics or English A. 177 candidates, or 23%, passed neither mathematics nor English A. So you know those students have to resit those exams. 233 students, or 30%, passed less than 5 subjects in total with either acceptable grades 1, 2, or 3. And we know to enter the government service, we need a minimum of 4 subjects. And we have 233 passing less than 5. We need to fix up those numbers next year. 53 candidates, or 7%, left school, unfortunately, with 0 subjects. Nothing at all. 28 of our males and 14 females. This year, a total of 45 students, 8 males and 37 females from 11 secondary schools and 1 private school on island obtained 6 or more grade 1s in the 2024 CSEC exams based on our preliminary results. So that number can grow by November, December. This figure represents 9 more students than last year. Excellent. And Minister will let you know who those 45 students are. This table indicates candidates' overall performance by subject. In 2023, there were 9 subjects in the bottom row. This year, we are down to 7. The goal is to eventually clear that bottom row and have all the 32 subjects at the top. Mathematics and French have occupied a place in the under 60% category for too long now. We need to tackle them head on, especially because mathematics is a key subject that all candidates must aim at passing, and a grade 1 in French and Spanish is required as part of the criteria for regional ranking. As we take a closer look at our performance in CSEC English A, we captured an 84% pass, which is slightly below our performance in 2023. But we still did well because we're in the 80s. 2020 we were 87.2, 2023 85.7, and this year we are 84. So we maintain our stand. This table shows the performance of candidates at each of our secondary schools. The first column shows the number of candidates who sat the English A exam at all 14 secondary schools. Note the range in numbers based on the size of the school. The Dominica Grammar School always has the largest number of candidates, while the Dominica Community High School presents the list numbers. Wesley High School and St. Mary's Academy have maintained their performance when compared to 2023. In 2024, the Wesley High School, the Convent High School, and the Orion Academy have captured 100% pass in English A. Excellent job. The Pierre Charles Secondary School, the Dominica Grammar School, and the Northeast Comprehensive School have improved in performance when compared to last year. The Orion Academy, however, is the most improved school in CSEC English A in 2024. Well done, Orion. If we observe the first two columns with digits, you will notice that 5 or less candidates did not pass English A at the St. Mary's Academy, just one candidate. The Arthur Waldron SDA, only 3 candidates. The Isaiah Thomas Secondary School, 5 candidates. The Pierre Charles Secondary School, 4 candidates. The St. Martin Secondary School, 5 candidates. And the Dominica Community High School, 4 candidates. This is amazing. Hats off to the English departments at those schools. When compared to the performance in English in the Caribbean region, 10 out of our 14 schools have clearly performed above the regional average of 76% for English A. Our overall performance of 83.9% also surpasses that of the region by 7.9%. For mathematics, this graph shows that although our overall performance is 39.6%, lower than last year, we still performed above the regional average of 36% in mathematics. Greater efforts are required by all stakeholders to elevate the performance of mathematics in Dominica. But let's look at the individual schools' performance in mathematics. My ministry commends the efforts of the 7 schools with improved performance in 2024. The St. Mary's Academy, the Convent High School, the Arthur Waldron SDA Academy, the Dominica Grammar School, the Portsmouth Secondary School, the Pierre Charles Secondary School, and the Dominica Community High School. St. Mary's Academy is the most improved school in mathematics in 2024. They moved from 74.6% pass in 2023 to 88.1% pass in 2024. Let me draw your attention to the Orion Academy, who maintained their performance of 2023. Only 3 students at Orion did not pass the subject, and this is commendable. 6 schools have performed above the regional average of 36%. They are the St. Mary's Academy, the Convent High School, the Orion Academy, the Arthur Waldron SDA, the Dominica Grammar School, and the Portsmouth Secondary School. Teachers, keep up the good work and share your best practices so all schools can benefit. When we compare performance in English A and mathematics by gender, girls outperformed the boys again in 2024. This chart shows a high level of absenteeism for the mathematics and English A exams. If you look at the yellow in between, you will see those peaks. In addition, candidates were registered absent in 26 out of our 32 subjects, and this is not good. Too many absenteeisms. This is unacceptable behavior. It's a waste of precious time, resources, and hard-earned money. Can you imagine sometimes we have to pay a moderator, purchase equipment, materials for science labs, set up the lab, and no candidate shows up to do the labs. It's a waste. So we encourage our students to show up. Show up, be brave enough, come and attempt the paper. You never know. It may be easier than you thought, you know? When Dominica's performance is compared to that of the region, we stand tall. This slide shows a few examples, but 30 out of our 32 subjects attempted are above the regional averages. Dominica has performed overall 11.1% above the regional average in 2024. For the first time, we have captured 3 grade 1s, 4 grade 2s, and 3 grade 3s, a total of 91% in CSEC visual arts. I applaud the efforts of Mr. John Baptist at the Dominica Grammar School and Miss Eugene at the Goodwill Secondary School. For the science-related subjects, we see improvements in agricultural science, human and social biology, physics, and chemistry when compared to 2023. Agricultural Science Double Award records 100% pass. And physics is the most improved science subject in 2024. And can you imagine a lot of students complain how hard physics is? They can do it. For the humanities-related subjects, when compared to 2023, we improved in English B, Social Studies, Spanish, and French. Spanish is the most improved humanities subject in 2024. Only 4 candidates on island were not successful at English B, and this is great. For the technical and vocational subjects, performance has improved in food, nutrition, and health, family and resource management, industrial technology building, and industrial technology electricals when we compare that to 2023. And in this group, the family and resource management is the most improved TVET subject in 2024. This chart reveals some interesting statistics about TVET. The diagram shows us that this year, more than half of our boys and girls left secondary school with skills in at least one TVET subject. TVET subjects are offered in 13 out of the 14 secondary schools on island, and this is excellent. We just wish all our 14 schools were offering TVET. Again, girls captured the majority of grade 1s and 2s in TVET subjects, while the boys scored most on the grade 3s. But it's a pass anyway, so it's okay. For the business subjects, we see improvements in principles of accounts and principles of business. Principles of accounts is the most improved business subject in 2024. In the other subjects category, performance was improved in all areas except information technology. Theater arts maintained its performance. 100% in 23, 100% in 2024. And I want to thank our hardworking Miss Lando at the PHL Secondary doing drama, and Mrs. Boatswain at the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School, as well as Miss Verna Graham at the Goodwill Secondary School doing dance. Excellent job. I long to see the arts spread at schools across the island to keep the culture alive in Dominica. Visual arts is the most improved subject in this category this year, as we had that big leap from 75% to 90.9%. Okay, let's now proceed to our CAPE results. This year, a total of 150 candidates wrote the CAPE exams, which comprise of 91 females and 59 males. That number represents 6 more candidates than 2023. 2 private schools submitted a total of 138 candidates with SBA component, and 12 candidates attempted the paper 3-2. Candidates attempted 13 double unit subjects, Unit 1, Unit 2, and 11 single unit subjects, a total of 37 out of the 67 units offered by CXC. 98 candidates or 65% passed a minimum of 1 subject and a maximum of 8 with either grades 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. That's the difference between CSEC and CAPE. The pass rates for CSEC are grades 1, 2, and 3, but for CAPE it goes all the way to 5. So this represents 15% less than 2023. 52 candidates, or 35%, did not pass any of the units registered for. And Dominica's overall performance at the CAPE level is 76.22%, which is below the regional average of 90.9%. However, when compared to 51.73% in 2023, we performed better this year by 24%. That's excellent. Although our overall percentage pass is below that of the region, last year we were able to pass only 4 units with 100% pass rate. But this year, we grabbed 100% pass in 11 CAPES units and performed above the regional averages in 12 units. And they are all presented here on this slide. This graph shows that males scored more grade 1s in 2024 and females dominated the acceptable scores, grades 2 to grade 5. And if we look at the failing grades 6 and 7, more of our females failed with those grades than the males. Generally, candidates do CAPE after CSEC. But this year, for the first time in Dominica, 1 high school candidate sat 9 CSEC subjects and 4 CAPE units simultaneously in 2024. This is also the first occurrence in the region where the candidate captured all grade 1s at both sets of exams. Mr. Ajonaya Kazimi, a student of SMA, has made double history while actively participating in cycling competitions across the world. Madam Minister, Ajonaya's bold move proves that we need to consider CAPE studies more seriously in Dominica. I am pleased with the fact that CAPE subjects are now being offered at the Dominica State College, and I am calling for greater support of the CAPE programs at the Dominica State College, at the Academic School of Learning, and at the Business Training Center to boost their CAPE programs and to provide windows of opportunities for our youths. Principals, Ajonaya's bold move proves that you too can run CAPE programs along your CSEC curriculum, and you can encourage bright and disciplined students to take subjects like CSEC additional mathematics and CAPE units that will advance them in their career paths. Parents, Ajanaya's bold move proves that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Sports add balance to life. Ajani, continue to make yourself and your family proud, and Dominica by extension. Your outstanding work will definitely be recognized at the 2024 National Youth Rally, because you have also met the ranking criteria by capturing a minimum of 8 grade 1s, including a modern language. You have great potential, and the sky is your limit. I wish you the very best in your educational pursuits. Last but not least, our CVQ results in garment production level 1. This year, 9 candidates were registered for the 2024 CVQ garment production level 1. 5 females and 1 male of the Goodwill Secondary School, and 2 females and 1 male of the Northeast Comprehensive School. This is the first year that the Northeast Comprehensive School registered candidates for CVQ in garment production. They will continue to partner with the Goodwill Secondary School until they become a center. The center certification process has already begun, and our TVET coordinator, Mr. Daly, is ensuring that this is completed. All 9 candidates were deemed competent by CXC and will receive their CVQ certificate. In August, they were all awarded the National Vocational Qualification Certificate. Congratulations, dear children. After hearing all the first-time events in 2024, you see why CXC chose Dominica to experience firsthand what makes us excel year after year. Let me congratulate all our candidates on their outstanding performance at all levels. Let me also remind the public that the query period is now open till September 20, 2024. Candidate receipts must be submitted for upload to the ORS for all script reviews, and the fee of $81 must accompany all grade queries. If you received an absent or an ungraded, those queries are free of charge upon presentation of your candidate receipts. Registration for the 2025 exams is open from today, 2nd of September 2024. And there are 3 distinct deadlines that the public needs to be aware of. Registration closes on October 16, 2024 for candidates wishing to write exams in January 2025. Registration closes on November 29, 2024 for candidates wishing to write exams in May-June 2025. And registration closes on January 15, 2025 for candidates wishing to write the CCSLC, the CVQ, and GCE A-level exams. The final draft of all CAPE and CSEC SBAs should be submitted to your teachers no later than the month of March 2025. Students, take note. Let me also take this opportunity to remind the public that CXC has revised and amended some syllabi. So the syllabus for CSEC EDPM and CSEC Office Administration were revised. Teachers should use the revised version of the syllabus for teaching in Form 4 from September 9, 2024. The syllabus will be first tested in May-June 2026. The syllabus for CAPE Communication Studies has also been revised, and it will be tested in May-June 2025. Private candidates should note that the topics for paper 3-2 in the CAPE Management of Business syllabus were amended, and this syllabus will be tested in 2025. Teachers and students, be sure that you are using the correct syllabus in preparation for exams. I wish all the students great success in their future endeavors, and I thank you for your attention. Have a wonderful day.
Oh, thanks to Ms. Magali Celestine for a very comprehensive and detailed analysis of the results. I am sure that you got all the information you needed from that. Even the 767, I thought I was detailed enough to recognize 767 Dominica's area code. We are particularly elated at the students' performance at CVQ, garment production, that's at Goodwill Secondary and Office Comprehensive. And we don't underestimate the importance of that. This means that these students can go out in the region and compete with other students in the region in that TVET area. A CVQ level 1 is a regional certification. So it means that not only in Dominica are the students very, very, very useful in TVET, but in the region. They can go out there and say, I have a CVQ level 1 and I would like to be engaged in that industry. So that is important as well. And Ms. Celestine, we take note of your recommendations, recap. Be assured that we are actively discussing all our strategies, recap, and we know that our students have been doing well, so I am answering for the Honorable Minister. At this time, I will call on Honorable Alfred, who will address you and provide information on the top performance students. Honorable Alfred, what do you have, Mr.
Good morning, everybody. Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Honorable Wenham Shepherd, Permanent Secretary, Acting, Mr. Robert Gibbs, Chief Education Officer, Dr. Blaise, Local CXC Registrar, Ms. Magali Celestine, who is also one of the reasons why CXC chose Dominica, because when they did their audit, Dominica had an excellent review and a number of best practices that would be recommended to other Caribbean countries. So put your hands together for our local registrar. Education Officer for Secondary School, Mr. Maxime. Other education officers and Ministry of Education officials, teachers, principals, students, parents, the media, good morning again. Of course, I will say some of the same things what Ms. Celestine said, because when it's negative things, we do not get tired of posting and talking. I am expecting the media, the social media, to catch fire after these results are released, because when things go wrong, we are quick to post and share and make a scandal out of a small thing. Now today, let's make a celebration out of a big thing. The Ministry of Education is pleased to present the results of the 2023-2024 CCSLC, CSEC, CAPE, and CVQ examination. This year's results demonstrate that our students have sustained their general performance level while they have made gains in several subject areas. We have once again witnessed a performance by Dominican students which is above the regional average. I remind you, as did the local registrar, that these are preliminary results. I wish to thank our secondary school principals, teaching staff, for your supervision and support, other staff members at school, from the other people at the Ministry of Education, our parents and guardians, our general stakeholders, and most importantly, our students, for once again making us proud. This year, we are happy to report that our students have shown great improvement in social studies. We have a 90 to 100 pass in 15 subjects and 80 to 89% pass in 9 subjects, which means that Dominica is 80% and above in 25 of the 42 subjects written. This indicates that our students have generally performed well, and many of them are meeting the set benchmarks for success at secondary school. We heard that Dominica's average is 85.3, which is an 11.1% above the regional average of 74.2%. Dominica is above average in 30 of the 32 subjects written. That's something to clap about. And Dominica's average has moved from 24% in Cape to 51.75%. That's 100% improvement, man, 25, yes, 100% improvement. From 51% last year to 76.22%, right, so we moved up. We commend our journey, you heard all of it from me, so I'm going to say all that over. We commend our journey for writing 4 Cape subjects while still in high school and passing all 4 at grade 1 level. You made history for yourself, for your family, for Dominica, and for the Caribbean, walking it with humility and grace. This year's results once again demonstrated that our investment in education is yielding fruits. Education comprises a major component of the national budget and records one of the highest area for allocation of over $70 million this financial year. This government of Dominica has placed significant emphasis on skills development, particularly with respect to teacher training. Just about 1 year ago, you witnessed the groundbreaking ceremony of 6 China Aid Project schools. Among the schools to be constructed is the Goodwill Secondary School, which is earmarked to be a center of excellence for TVET in Dominica. This means that the school will be specifically designed to provide many technical vocational offerings to students from across the island. Within the next 2 years, our students will be exposed to cutting-edge TVET equipment and training. With that, it is well poised to be the most modern TVET facility within the region. We pay special attention to students with special needs and those who need psychosocial support. While we celebrate with those at the top, our eyes are always on those who fall behind. We are happy that the Thibault Primary School, another school being built under the China Aid Project schools, will be a center of excellence for special education. We also encourage schools to pay special attention to their pastoral care programs. One of the objectives for creating new positions at the secondary schools was to ensure that quality attention is being given to the psychosocial needs of our students. And this year we will be paying attention to that. We didn't release people from their timetable for nothing, you know. And one of the reasons was to make sure we're making sure children are all right, not just in school. Pick up the red flags. Do something about it. Do they have food on their table and shoes on their feet? A roof over their head and a good place to sleep? That is supposed to be school's business, because only one of these factors can affect a very intelligent child. We must also analyze our data to nitty-gritty level, paying attention to basic details so that we understand what this data is telling us and take actions to address areas of concern. When we receive 99% in a subject, of course, we must rejoice. But long before the clapping has stopped, we must ask what happened to the 1% who failed. They are all Dominica's children. We have to make our mission statement of each learner succeed be tangible and real. At this year's CCSLC results, we see 84.4% pass in English and 88.4% pass in English and 84.2% pass in maths. We have to work with these students who are now in Form 4 to ensure that we bring these averages, these percentages up to CSEC level. So, if 2 years from now, in CSEC, these same children show up with 50% in English and 50% in maths, we have to sit as a Ministry of Education and ask ourselves, what went wrong? Of course, these students are 88%, all of a sudden Dominica show up. We have to face it. What went wrong? And then we have to put measures in place to fix it for the sake of our Dominican children. Coupled with our educational facilities, from early childhood to college, we have invested heavily in human resource development. The Ministry of Education, and by extension the government of Dominica, has assisted teachers in pursuing higher education qualification in a wide range of subjects in order to improve the teaching and learning process. Our relentless effort at training staff on the CSEC syllabus for the various subjects has proven beneficial. Within the past years, our students have increasingly challenged themselves since they opt to do many more subjects at regional examination level. We have students doing up to 13 subjects and still achieving excellent grades. As observed in last year's performance, once again this year, many of our male students are among the top performing students overall. We have to find the 7% of students who did not pass. I'm an HFLE person, and that finger just rocked my bone. We have to find that 7% of students who did not pass any subject. That's something to lament about. It might not be a big group, but we need to find them and ensure that they are enrolled in some kind of skills program or another program to equip and empower them to live happy, successful, and productive adult life. Because I always say to people, your child can be beautiful and intelligent. Your child can decide to marry one of those no subject person, you know. So are we? No. So that's why we have to embrace all of the children as our children. And if a 7% didn't make it, we have to look for them. And in most cases, with my past experience, I get the feeling that a lot of them might be boys. I might be wrong, but I get the feeling that many of them may be boys. So we have to look for those shatters. They call themselves shatters. As a past secondary school principal, you know, I'm telling you. We have to look for those shatters, and we have to give them career counseling and ensure that they too have something to fall back on and become productive. Because I can tell you, even if they didn't pass any CXC subjects, some of these children are very highly skilled. They are very intelligent in computer, in mechanic, in doing this, in doing that. We need to look for them, and trust me, we'll find them. Even if we don't find the whole 7%, if we find 5% and deal with it, then we can tap ourselves on the shoulder, one tap, and say we have done well. I wish to highlight our students' performance in the area of TVET. Over the years, we have ensured that all our public secondary schools have offered at least 1 or 2 TVET subjects to each student. Our students have been able to record over 93% pass in our TVET offerings, and we offered 14 TVET subjects and received 80% overall pass. 7 males we heard and 2 females from Goodwill, and I'm happy that Northeast Comprehensive joined this year for the garment production. All our students have completed level 1 CVQ. We need to also review the number of students who did not show up to write maths and English at CCSLC and CSEC exams. 1, government is paying for that maths and that English at CCSLC. Even if parents, it's of no cost to parents, somebody is paying for it. And the Ministry of Education may not just let money go down the drain like that. No. And for some of the CSEC students, the trust fund paid 50% of these exams. So I'll take time. Even if I lose sleep over it, I want to find the children who didn't show up for the exam. Let us see the reason why they didn't show up. And if we think that the reason is not valid, we need to start let me choose my words well, because people always misinterpreting me. We need to say that the students and their parents may, listen to what you know, may be asked to refund the money. It is not fair for us to go raising funds to assist students and for them just not to show up to do the exam for no reason at all. And I said, it's if the reason is not valid. Because there are some people, there are some students, even if their mother iron their clothes and fix their breakfast and wake them up, they just decided they're not going in the school today. So if your parents cannot make you go and write the subject, somebody going to have to find the money, because there are some children who really need the money and who really want to write their subjects, and we have to pay attention to this. Right now, I think I've told you enough, and I will say to all of those wonderful children came there for, let's do it. So I now present to you the top students in the CXC. Now, before I even start, students, I apologize before I even start. If I don't say if the A is supposed to be A and I say I look at the list, and I'm already sure that I'm not going to call some of them correctly. Please forgive me. Convent High School, with 8 ones, we have Shante Avril, Aria, Daru, Kira Gardner. Dr. Dara, I hope I said it well. 7 ones from Convent, Milagro Deluge, Clara Gadget, Kiara Gadget, Janelle Joseph, Shakira Scotland. Put your hands together for the 7 ones. 6 ones, Abria Bozel, Daniel Edwards, Mia George, Mika Mitchell, and Carrie-Ann Shillingford. Dominica Grammar School, 7 ones. Aisha Charles, Sienna Joseph, and Noah Riviere. Still at Dominica Grammar School, 6 ones. Christelle Frederick, Dinelle Henry, Makabinsky Mesido, 6 ones. Portsmouth Secondary School, Kayla George, 9 ones. And with 8 ones, okay, clap for Kayla. 9 ones, that was Kayla. Now 8 ones, we have Marisa George and Kimara Lockhart. 7 ones, Nehemiah Stewart. 6 ones, Solange Danielle, Amia Gilbert, and Kewana Maglo Sablon. 6 ones, PSS. St. Mary's Academy, 10 ones, Nathan Webb. Ajani Kazimi, 9 ones, and Tyler Dawe, 6 ones. Northeast Comprehensive, Tiana Smith, 10 ones. Elisha Alexander and Kadisha Thomas, 9 ones each. And Kiara Henry, 7 ones. St. Martin's Secondary School, Bianca George, 6 ones. Alpha Waldron, 7 Days Adventist Academy, Shireen Carbon, 12 ones. And Neville Felix, 6 ones. Isaiah Thomas Secondary School, Kameli Kazimi, 10 ones. And Kimora Vidal, 9 ones. Pierre Charles Secondary School, what I like is how those ones spread out, man. Yeah, one time those ones used to stick around Roseau. Now those ones all Marigot, Wesley, Portsmouth, Penville, those ones spreading out, Cassie Bruce, Laplin. That's what I like about those ones, man, the way they spread out. So we are now on Pierre Charles Secondary School. Ashley Desiree, 6 ones. Cassibru Secondary School. Cassibru Secondary School. Mercy Baron, 7 ones. Kenya Ferrara, 7 ones. Malik Lestrade, 7 ones. And Turi Christmas, 6 ones. Orion Academy, Diamond Daniel, 7 ones. And Kea Kazimi, 6 ones. Ladies and gentlemen, while we're searching for those who we didn't call today, or those who will never know about, let's put our hands together and celebrate our top performers. Okay, they told me it was 45 and then they discovered it was 46. So, Academic School of Learning, Nebia Vidal, 8 ones. 46. So you see what's happening there? 46. But we have to go and look for another 40-something. So we have a nice little head. We have a nice, when I was a young teacher, so they should teach it to us, right? We have a nice little head. We have a nice long body, which is what you want your result to look like. And we have a little tail. Our duty now is to see how we can make that nice little head a little bigger and how we can make that little tail a little shorter. If you understand what I'm saying, okay? So let's all put our effort to work together. It's not about them people up there or those higher-uppers. The Ministry of Education is all of those I'm seeing in front of me, from students to teachers to parents to education officers, up to the minister who is still very much a teacher at heart. God bless you. Jesus loves you and I love you too. Good morning.
All right, thanks to the Honorable Minister. I think she pronounced them pretty good, pretty well. So, excellent, Honorable Minister. Thank you for that. And I also need to advise that many of those students also received a number of 2s. So it's not only ones that they received. So you would have heard 8 ones and 9 ones, but the 5 2s and 3 2s were not included in this summary. One of the reasons we're still under the query period, there's a preliminary results, and those might very well change to 1s, so they might end up getting more 1s than what we are now. So congratulations to all our students. A round of applause to them again. And I must also indicate our appreciation for the work of our principals, teachers, stakeholders, parents, our support staff of the Ministry of Education, CXC local registrar, and all the SU secondary and all the other staff members who have been working with our teachers and principals to ensure those results are materialized. As Honorable Minister would say, these are not just numbers on a paper. Behind the numbers, there's a story, and the story includes the support work. The story includes a lot of the challenge that we may face in our day-to-day exercise to ensure that the students get the desired results. So thank you for that, everybody. At this point, I'm going to open the floor for questions from the media or other interested persons, mainly the media. We will entertain questions now. I know that there are not many questions because everybody is very satisfied with the performance of the system, so I don't expect much. I see Curtis coming, striding forward. I hope Curtis just wants to tell us congratulations for an excellent job. But the floor is open for questions from the media right now. Thanks. Okay, so Mr. Matthew, we have a mic, do we? No? You might have to come forward to us, though. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. My question is for the Minister of Education, Octavia Alfred. Having heard the call by the CXC local registrar, Ms. Magali Celestine, about the need for the expansion of the CAPE program. Is there any plan as we speak by the government to consider expanding the CAPE program in Dominica? My other question before you come on is about the award of an island scholar. What can you tell us about the award of an island scholar for Dominica? And has that process been delayed, or what is basically the latest on the award of an island scholar? Thank you very much, Madam Minister.
Okay, first thing, since you asked me that same question 4 years ago, yeah, the review began. That is why we have gotten to a place where we are today. Okay? So you asked me that 4 years ago, and we started the work. That's why you hear the results improve. That's why you hear more students doing it. That's why you hear we are paying more attention. And more as the review is taking place, then we will decide what we hold and what we do. Because what CAPE is now is not what it was when it started. So those of us who know how CAPE started, why we didn't appreciate it, we had looked at the syllabus, we had seen what it was, and we didn't like it. But little by little, as the people at CXC are embracing our feedback and our reviews, we continue to review and embrace as they make changes for us. So I'm saying things will get better in time. Now for the Island Scholar, the Island Scholar was something that we used to award with A-levels. Because this is something that is legal, it's written, we had now to present another paper to cabinet, and it might reach a stage where we might even have to take it to parliament to say, let us make changes to that part of the thing, to turn it not to A-level, or even if we keep in A-level, we have to make allowance for those students at the college and associate degree.
When was the last time the A-level was there?
Last year. Last year. And the government did honor, but we also honored the top student at each faculty at the Dominica State College. Each top student at each faculty at the Dominica State College received a government scholarship in addition to the A-level.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for excellent response. Because I hope that satisfies her. Because yes, we are working towards that. Yes. We have DBS representative. Yeah, you have a mic. The mic is okay. Yeah.
Madam Minister, in as much as central government is doing quite a lot for investment of students, we know and we are aware that there are a number of students getting good results, good grades, and their first choice, some of them, I'm not so sure what the percentage might be, their first choice is to go out to study. Through this investment, I see, open your eyes, I can only say that because I interviewed one of the students who said that his intention is to go out and not the Dominica State College. In that investment, can we make it mandatory for students who have done well to be given the first option of the Dominica State College over that of going overseas? Just a question.
Good morning again. I don't know if you can make anything mandatory when it comes to a person and their qualification and their knowledge, but I know according to what we have, the GATE program, GATE, Government Assistance for Tertiary Education. That is a GATE for people for higher learning. I know one of the criteria for receiving assistance from government is that you have to attend the state college. I know that. That is one of the criteria stated in the policy. Sometimes even if we'll skirt around and look around, but one of the criteria is that. So I'm not going to ask anybody to must go to state college, but I'm saying that one of the criteria for receiving financial assistance, not scholarship. Sometimes we get it mixed up, Sometimes we mix up scholarship and financial assistance. One of the criteria is that you must attend the state college, because some people, they go to community college. Why I sponsor a person to go to a community college? And some of the children now, universal secondary education is on. Some of these children, they're still like 15 and a half way when they finish high school. Give them a little chance, man, to go under the mango tree up there and socialize and grow up and understand what it is to lose sleep and study. And you are not a teacher in the class and send all your questions. Somebody can just tutor you and they go. You have to take your note. It's part of, it's not just about the academic of it, but it's about the social and the growth of the child and readiness for higher learning.
Okay, and I must also add, Mr. Joseph, Cecil Joseph, a significant proportion of our students who do well at our CSEC exams attend the Dominica State College. We will work the numbers for you in the next intervention, but I know a significant proportion of those who do well, but if not all of them, a significant proportion. So that's good. That says a lot. And they do thrive and do very well at State College and then eventually go to universities. Excellent. We have yes, I think that's it for our questions. I appreciate the questions from the media. It always encourages us to reflect on our performance. Mr. Matthew, one more. Hope it's a question of a comment on congratulate. It works?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Good morning, see you again. My question is on behalf of the teachers of Dominica. I know the Ministry of Education started a campaign, a plan to appoint many teachers in the system. And I know that began a few years ago. Can you at least now tell us what is the latest in terms of the appointment of teachers within the system? And as you're walking to the mic, yes. As you're walking to the mic, let me just ask a final question. The Prime Minister stated last year when he became chairman of CARICOM that one of his main agenda items would be to reform the education systems in the Caribbean. Can you tell us now whether in fact that has been a point of discussion for you in Dominica in terms of reforming the education system in Dominica? So thank you very much.
So now you ask the second question. What was the first one again?
The first question was about the appointment of teachers in
for
Dominica.
Last school year, we had 77 teachers being appointed. Now, this is a good opportunity for me to explain something. Appointment of teachers is not only determined about what happens at the Ministry of Education level. Okay? As of now, we have a free list of teachers submitted to the Public Service Commission. The Public Service Commission meets once a month to deal with all appointments. If you understand what I'm saying. I'm also already thinking to make a request that they meet for us in September just for teaching. And then we have to wait for the instruction before we send out the letter. In addition to that, we are now putting together a new list. Now this, for us to submit that, we must have the latest appraisal of the teacher, which would have been or should have been submitted by July. We have some cases where those appraisals have not been submitted. So while you hear teachers want to put a lot of the pressure on the Ministry of Education, they need to also put some pressure on their administrators, their principals, to ensure that their appraisals are submitted on time, because if we decide to send up this next list this week, there are some teachers who are supposed to be on this list who will not be on the list because we have not received their appraisal. So there are many factors in play, and what I want the teachers to know is that as it pertains to the Ministry of Education and our personnel officers, we do our best. And I would go that far to say, it's the first time in Dominica history all that amount of teachers got appointed in one school year, which means that something is happening. Something is happening. And as a past teacher, as a past principal myself, I promise my teachers who deserve appointment that it will come. because your minister is pushing it on your behalf. But if I don't have the document to set up the file, I have to put it down. Thank you graciously. Next question. Next question is about the curriculum reform. Don't you talk about reform? Now the curriculum reform, people here, education reform. It's a lot of components. We were looking at one to ensure that people are more psychosocial competent. That is one factor. We were looking at another factor to ensure that people they have more skills for the work market. Not just academics, but they have good work ethics. So it's a number of components. As of now, you see the work that has gone on in TVET. That is under education reform. In the first time in Dominica that we awarded a national vocational qualification certificate. Some people didn't pay much attention, but that was a very big thing under education reform. Because now these people can take their certificates and work in Dominica, and it's observed by all CARICOM countries. 2, we have just completed work on the draft. The draft is not a curriculum. We were working on a curriculum, and then we realized that's not the best way forward with civics. So now what we have is a manual for teaching civics education. That is another part of education reform, which will help people to have a more patriotic attitude, good work ethics, how to deal with the opposite sex, how to have good working relationship and all kind of relationship, both vertically with the one above and horizontally with those around you. Then we have we also have in place where we are saying to the secondary schools, the assistant principal or one of your, the assistant deputy principal or one of your principals should be responsible for the psychosocial needs of the students. That person should be giving support to the pastoral care department to ensure that our children are taken care of, not just about mathematics and grade 1 and grade 2 in CXC, but more about being a whole person to ensure that they know how to negotiate, to ensure that they know how to keep themselves safe from being abused, to ensure that they learn how to speak out if they're abused. Now, that is a big thing for us. And we are hoping all of that now will create a more of what we would call the ideal Caribbean person, but more so the ideal Dominica person. So therefore, it is a work in progress, and every time something happens under that, we will tick it and we will draw it out, and we will hope that the Dominican public is paying attention to the changes that are going on. Even if they are not drastic enough to make you lose sleep, but there are changes that people expected long ago, and some of them are being put into play. So a lot is going on, and you know a lot is going on. But you don't know a lot is going on?
Thanks, Honorable Minister. You see, you asked for it, so she's explaining, yes. Thank you, Honorable Minister, for that. In keeping with our central theme for corporate public sector investment and partnerships, I really want, I crave your patience for the next 10 minutes, if you wish, please, because and we really want the media here with us, because today we have a slight deviation to our official program. We were supposed to have another ceremony, but we're going to just have it as one. Mr. Luis of Jay's Bookstore is making a significant contribution to education, as he always does, and we really want the public to know that. And he's also going to assist the grotto and the infirmary, but the education in that segment. But he's making a significant contribution to education, and we're going to have a short intervention there. So I'm going to call on Mr. Geese, Assistant Acting Permanent Secretary, to provide some brief remarks, and we'll take it from there. Mr. Geese.
I have learned that it is very unprotocol to say that protocol has already been established. With that being said, Honorable Minister of Education, Mrs. Octavia Alfred, our Parliamentary Secretary, Mrs. Fenella Wenham Shepherd, the Chief Education Officer, Dr. Jeffrey Blaise, other education officials, principals, Mr. John Lewis, or as many people call him, Mr. Jays, teachers, students, parents, the media. I won't welcome you again because Dr. Blaise has already done that. But just to speed up our program, what I will do is give you a brief overview of the Education Trust Fund. The Education Trust Fund was established in 1981, and it is one of government's many social protection programs. It joins the uniform program, the uniform grant, the school feeding program, the transportation program for primary and secondary students, the textbook programs, the scholarship and financial assistance, payment of CCSLC and CSEC subjects, and also the school transfer grants. The purpose of the trust fund really is to provide assistance to secondary school students whose families find difficulties in paying the children's school, be it for issues with paying, buying the uniforms or the books or the shoes or whatever it may be. Without this, it might be difficult for some parents to send the children to school. So the trust fund helps with that. And every year, the government provides a subvention to the trust fund to help continue this program. This subvention is not always enough. So the trust fund seeks other means of fundraising. One of those is the dollar day, which we usually have at the school, the Education Trust Fund dollar day. So when you go to school, even though some of you are leaving school and going to college, you may have your part-time job just for $1 somewhere in a jar. That will help. And we also get assistance from international, regional, and local organizations, businesses, and clubs. Today, Mr. Lewis from J's Limited will be making, I won't tell you how much, I don't even know how much, but he'll be making a substantial contribution to the Education Trust Fund. This is not the first time. In fact, I think this is a yearly basis, or it is done very often. And even before I call on Mr. Lewis, I want to personally thank Mr. Lewis for that contribution that he makes every single year to the trust fund. So I'd like to welcome Mr. Lewis, who will give some remarks on this donation. Mr. Lewis.
Thank you very much, Mr. Geist. Good morning, everybody. I want to recognize the Minister of Education, and because this thing is so huge, I cannot pronounce it. So I'll just say the Minister of Education and Human Resource. I recognize Mr. Howard Geist, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education acting, Mr. Blaise, Chief Education Officer, and also Ms. Magdalene, CXC Registrar in Dominica. The press, I see you, and the other education officers here. Permit me also just to make mention of the person responsible for the infirmary and also the grotto home, because we will be making contributions to them also. The Education Trust Fund, we've been supporting the Education Trust Fund from inception. And I believe, if my memory serves me right, this goes back to 1980, 81, when the Freedom Party took office. And it was a noble innovation, and we thought that it was something that we could support. At the time, our contribution was $50. because that is what we could afford. But as God continued to bless us, our contribution continued to increase and to increase and to increase. I mentioned to someone recently that we were making this contribution, and I mentioned the amount to her. And she said, that's a lot of money. I said, well, money spent on education can never be too much. Because we believe that an educated population is the only way forward for any country. And when I say education, I do not mean a certificate. And I was happy to hear the minister made mention of some of the things that I've been thinking about to make a whole person, right? To send that person out into a world which is becoming increasingly difficult for young people. And I want to applaud the Ministry of Education as you continue to chart a way forward for our young people. So we are pleased to make a contribution to the Education Trust Fund, and I am more privileged and happy to believe that if this contribution could make a difference in the life of one person, we would be happy. And so today, we would like to make a donation to the Education Trust Fund totaling, and I will tell you that we've been making this contribution since 2015, this amount of $20,000. Madam Minister, we wish on behalf of the company Jays Limited to present to you today a check
So, on behalf of the government of Dominica and the Ministry of Education, I want to thank Mr. Jays for since he was a used bookstore. Mr. Jays used to give us books when we were in grammar school, so much less. And we want to thank him for Jays Limited for this contribution to the Education Trust Fund. To meet our mandate to ensure that every child succeeds is a mammoth task. And we always welcome support, any kind of support from resource people, from private sector, from corporate citizen, from organization. And we are happy that a local organization has never failed us. So we are glad that this is happening here today. So as we celebrate the success of our students, I invite Jays Limited to join this celebration because you had a part to play in that. And it's not only through the Education Trust Fund, in accessing books, sometimes in ordering furniture and other resources for school, he has always been there. So, last year when we were doing names for national awards, I said, Jays Bookstore. Somebody tell me, Minister, you know the number of people who have made this nomination? And he keeps saying, no, I don't want a national award. This is a promise that I made to myself and to my God, and I don't remember who the third person was. But I'm still hoping that if we want to do it as a country, that we will honor his humility and his grace, nothing to tread upon that, and that he will one day receive the award that we would really want to bestow upon him, and in no way will it bruise his humility, his generosity, and his consideration. So thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, Madam Minister. One day, as God wishes, the award will be accepted. I just want to say, though, in addition to the contribution to the Education Trust Fund, at the moment we are assisting some 34 students to attend secondary school. And one or two in primary school. We assisted a couple attending the state college, but we prefer to concentrate on secondary school. And not only that, there are some schools, because we know that there are students who go to school without breakfast, right? We give a small allowance to the school and we say, please assist the most needy child in the school. And so that's what we do, and we feel very privileged and blessed to do it. We want to make two other contributions or donations, as it were. One to the Community Hostel Limited for $2,000. It has a big name. I believe one time it was known as the Grotto, and that was so nice, but it is now the Community Hostel Incorporated. And we are also donating to the Dominica Infirmary $5,000. You know, I believe these are two institutions, two noble institutions, and we need to recognize them for the work that they are doing for all people and those who are less fortunate than ourselves.
Thanks to Mr. Luis. And one thing that was not said, that Mr. Luis also supports with technical, our technical capabilities, because he works very closely with Macmillan Publishers to do workshops for us, particularly in the area of literacy and numeracy. We have had a number of workshops over the years for teachers at Fort Young. Some of the teachers will remember that. So it's not only the financial aspect, also the technical aspect. Thank you, Mr. Luis. And just recently we were discussing our next workshop for teachers. So thank you for that. And to give the official thanks, I'm going to call Ms. Shipley, who is the coordinator of the Education Trust Fund, Mrs. Shipley, to just say a note of thank you. Ms. Shipley, just say thank you to Mr. Lewis, Mrs. Shipley. Shipley has been working behind the scenes, doing a lot of good work for the Ministry of Education. I know a lot of members of the public will know Ms. Shipley, because when you go to complete the yellow form, you meet Ms. Shipley representing Trust Fund. Ms. Shipley, thank you.
Good morning, all. I'm not a microphone person, so my voice might shake a little. Madam Minister, Dr. Blair, the Chief, Mr. Geese, Acting PS, Ms. Celestine, Local Registrar, Mr. Luis, our benefactor, and other education officials and everybody present. On behalf of the chairman, on behalf of the minister, the chairman, and the board of trustees of the Education Trust Fund, I would like to thank Mr. Luis wholeheartedly, who has continued to donate to the Education Trust Fund. The Education Trust Fund assists students in the area of CXC fees, school fees, and transportation where there is no government available bus service. We do other things, but some of the funds are from the government of Dominica, like the school transfer grant. So, on behalf of the Trust Fund, I'd like to thank Mr. Luis. May God continue to bless you and your business. And I'd like to send a note out to the past beneficiaries, especially those who are employed, to assist the Trust Fund to help other students and other corporate citizens to come forward like Mr. Luis. You may not have as much as he gave, but every dollar counts. And we do something. The bus drivers, we administer the program for the government. And every year, the bus drivers who carry the students, they give a small donation to the fund. I applaud them for that. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ms. Shipley. I told you she could do it. Ms. Shipley is the face of Trust Fund. Once you hear Trust Fund, you know Ms. Shipley. So I know the entire public knows her. And she's a very nice and humble person. Thank you, Ms. Shipley, for that. And thank you, everybody, for your patience. I really need to applaud you for your patience for that added program. It was worth it because we really wanted the public to know that we are working together with a number of stakeholders to ensure the success in education. Overall, it has been a very good ceremony, a very good day. Thank you, everybody, for your contribution. Media, please share the word so that the entire public can know that the good work that we have been doing, in education. Thank you. Over and out, everybody. Thank you. Yes, I was advised that we need to take a group photo, yes. So the students, please remain so that Honorable Minister can take a photo with you. For the media, would want that as well. So the others can proceed, but the students, please stay so that we can take a group photo. Thank you.
Ministry of Education, Human Resource Planning, Vocational Training and National Excellence came to the end of the release of the 2024 CXC exam results. We heard from the Chief Education Officer. We also got analysis of the results from Margarita Celestine, Local Registrar, and also the announcement of the top performers from the Minister of Education, Honorable Octavia Alfred. We are going to speak to a few of the parents and students of this year's 2024 results, and we here at DBS Radio will ensure that people hear the voices of these elated families, students, and you can hear the background of the excitement from various people now that they have the results of the students, and they are really so excited. And I just want to find out, are you one of the outstanding students?
Yeah. Sixth one.
Your name is?
Tyler Dowie.
Was it?
Tyler Dowie.
And how elated are you today?
Pretty happy. I say pretty happy. I'm pretty happy.
Okay, when you sat the exams, did you believe that you had gotten 6 ones?
Yeah.
How many subjects you sat?
10.
10. So you have gotten 6 ones and sure are waiting to get the other results for the 4 others.
3 twos and 1 free.
Okay, 3 twos and 1 free. So you have had 10, 6 ones, 3 twos and 1 free. Congratulations to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
And what school are you going to?
SMA.
SM. Thank you. And so here it is. We are going to speak to another student, I'm sure, and we're going to speak to a young lady. Good afternoon to you. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And you're one of the students who have done well.
Yes, I guess.
And you guess?
I did well.
Okay. Tell us your name, please.
My name is Elisha Alexander.
What, Alexander?
Elisha.
Elisha Alexander. How many subjects you sat and how many did you get?
I sat 11 subjects and I got 9 ones, a 2 and a 3.
Congratulations to you. And you're going to what school?
North is comprehensive.
North is comprehensive. When you sat that exam, the various days, when you were through with your exams, what did you tell yourself?
I can sleep.
You're going to what?
I'm going to sleep.
It was so hard?
Yeah.
All right, congratulations to you. And I want to wish you the best.
Thank you.
All right. And we are going to try to speak to another united, this time a father. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Hey, good afternoon, Cecil.
Tell us who you are.
My name is Alexis George.
Alexis George from
Paybush.
From Paybush. So your daughter or your son went to PSS?
Yeah, my daughter Kayla, she went to PSS. Yeah.
Okay. Results?
She got 9 ones and a 2.
9 ones and a 2. So which means she has gotten 10 subjects.
Yes, she did.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
How do you feel as a father?
Oh, I mean, I feel on top of the world. She has really made me and my family proud.
What's her name?
Kayla.
Kayla. Congratulations to the work that Kayla has done.
Thank you.
And I'm sure that you're going to continue ensuring that she continue doing well.
Thank you. Of course I am.
Thank you. All right. And you can see right now that they're taking some shots of the outstanding students. I'm sure years to come that the students who are here will remember this day. I know that one of the students, I know her from a very tender age. The daughter of our former accountant, Mr. Carbon, Jefferson Carbon, has gotten some 12 ones, and that is really good, you know, from a young child getting 12 ones. It speaks volume in reference to what she has been taught, so not only from the school but from at home, in terms of discipline to get to that final destination of getting some 12 ones. All right, so I'm sure that I will speak to the father, Mr. Carbon. He too will tell us, you know, how he feels about his daughter getting 12 ones. Mr. Carbon, good afternoon to you, sir.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Joseph, and good afternoon to the rest of Dominica and those listening.
What's your daughter's name?
Shireen Rihanna Carbon.
Got 12 ones.
Right. Ready, it is 12 ones and 2 twos.
So she has gotten 14 subjects.
14 subjects, correct.
Wow. In what areas did she get the 2 twos?
In geography and technical drawing. Technical drawing was her favorite subject.
But she has received some 12 ones. How do you feel today as a father?
I feel proud. I believe that the work that we have done with our children is showing itself now. It is paying off as an example maybe for other children coming, so that they can be an encouragement to these children who will follow after.
Well, what I can ask you to do for me is to try to get her for me so that we can have a quick interview with her.
Okay, as soon as they are complete, taking out the photos, I will get them.
Yes. We're going to speak to some students from the Convent High School. You're from the Convent High School, right?
Yeah.
Hold this mic here. Tell us who you are.
My name is Shanti Avril.
Avril?
Yes.
Okay, and how many subjects you got?
8.
You got 8 in total?
Yeah. No. I had a 2 in French, but...
You got a 2 in French, you got 9 in total. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And I see that you're already wearing the Dominica State College uniform.
Yes.
So you're aspiring to continue. What's your major in State College?
Accounting and hopefully psychology as well.
Okay, congratulations to you again.
Thank you.
Let's speak to your friend. Tell us who you are.
My name is Kiara Gadier.
And you have gotten how many ones? How many ones?
I got 8 ones and 2 twos in the
So you have
CCSEC.
gotten 10 subjects.
Yes.
Congratulations. Where did you get the 2 twos?
In Principles of Accounts and French.
Principal of Accounts and French. I see that also like your other friend wearing the Dominica State College uniform.
Yes.
Congratulations to you, and I want to wish you the best.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. All right, the students, proud students, ready to move on. And let's see if we could speak to another young SME boy. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Yes, good afternoon.
Tell us who you are.
Nathan Webb.
Mr. Webb.
Yes.
All right, tell us, how many ones?
10 ones.
10 ones.
Yes, sir.
And how many twos?
No twos, just 10.
Oh, you did 10 subjects?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, 100%.
Yes.
All right.
That was good.
Tell me what you want to tell your other friends who are maybe for preparing themselves to do the CSEC.
Well, I would say you have to know what you want to do early, so you have enough time to prepare for it. Because I could have done more, but I feel like I didn't have enough time to properly study and learn the syllabus. So I would say make up your mind early to know what you want to do, so you're not stressing when the time is quickly, because time doesn't fly. Yeah, that's it.
Congratulations to you, sir. I have not seen you're wearing the St. Mary's Academy uniform. Any intention to go to the Dominica State College?
Yes, I'm at the Dominica State College.
And what you're majoring in?
Bio and chemistry.
Bio and chemistry. Congratulations to you, sir.
Yes,
and all the best for the future. All right, then. And just heard from Mr. Webb. And another convent student. You look very much like a carbon. Well, tell us your name.
Araya Daru.
Daru. Dr. Daru Dr. Daru is your father, right?
Yes.
All right. Congratulations to you. And I'm sure that your father is elated.
Yes, they were.
All right. How many subjects did you start?
8.
8. How many ones?
8.
You got all 100%.
Yes.
Oh my God. You intend to be a doctor yourself?
Yes, I do. I'm studying biology and chemistry.
That's what you do now at the Dominica State College.
Yes.
And I believe that you would have gotten ones in biology and chemistry.
Yes, I did.
All right. And what do you have to say to students who are preparing themselves to do the CSEC?
I believe that at the end of the day, all the stress that you're going through now will be worth it. Like, I know there are definitely some hard moments in 4th and 5th form. I experienced them myself, but when I opened my results, all of it, yeah.
And when you opened your results and you saw your 8 ones, what was your expression?
I was excited, I screamed, I was very, very happy.
And while in 5th form, what was your results? How well were you doing to really get into that last end of the hurdle to reach getting 8 ones?
I've always been doing well. I expected to do well, but it was still a nice surprise to have done as well as I did.
Nice surprise. Congratulations at the Dominica State College. I wish you the best.
Thank you.
All right then. Well, coming to the final leg of the interviews with the students. This is another student from Convent.
Yes, from Convent.
All right. And how many ones?
7.
7 ones. And how many twos?
2.
2 twos. Where did you get the 2 twos?
In French and history.
French and history. And I'm sure as you were in the Dominica State College uniform, what's your intention at the Dominica State College? What are your majors?
I do biology, chemistry.
Biology and chemistry.
And computer science.
So biology, chemistry, and
computer science.
What advice would you give to students who are preparing to go to the Dominica State College or to do their CSEC exams?
Stay consistent in your studying and your routines to help you develop better studying habits so you don't have to cram and frustrate yourself last minute.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So as we come to the end of speaking to the students, I just want to say how Dominica is elated of the results of these many young students. But before we go, I have to speak to that student who has gotten 12 ones. I mean, that's amazing. 12 ones, the smallest of the lot.
Yeah.
And getting the highest in terms of your grades.
Yeah, it's what? Can you do that?
I said that you have gotten the highest of the results in terms of your grades. 12 ones.
Yes, I am.
How easy or how hard was it to study?
Well, it was difficult because I wasn't doing everything I can only choose one subject at school, but I was doing
like I was doing 2 subjects that were clashing at my school. So while some children had the opportunity of going to classes, that I had to do them while I was at home during the summers and during breaks, while children were like out and about. I had to stay home and try and complete my syllabus because I couldn't do it during school hours because then I had another class to go to. So I will say it was challenging to do.
Normally, people think that the young people, they are into some kind of competitions, read at schools. So most times we would wait to hear what Convent has gotten, what the Dominica Grammar School has gotten, what St. Mary's Academy has gotten. But your school, the Seventh-day Adventist School, high school, in Portsmouth, got the highest grade.
Yes, it has.
Tell us how the school was able to prepare you to get 12 over that of the elite schools of Roseau.
Well, in my school, the teachers are very supportive, and if you express your want to do more subjects, they will take you in. Like they will never try and discourage you. They will always encourage you. If you want to do more, you can do more. It's not like they don't force you to do more. It's children who come up to the teachers and say and ask, I want to do these subjects along with my other subjects at school. Can I do it? And the teachers will always will always encourage you by giving you, even though you do not attend the classes, they'll always give you the work. They'll always give you courses. They'll give you textbooks that can help you to do the exams. And also with that, in exams, although you might not be able to do that exam, that's because it's clashing with another subject, they'll always give it to you so that you can better prepare yourself for CXC, and that has helped me a lot.
You live in Roseau, having to get to school for 8 o'clock in Portsmouth, it's an hour drive.
Yeah.
For 5 years, how simple it was during that period?
To me, it was very simple because my sister beforehand went to the Afro-Watch and Seventh-day Adventist Academy. And even though I was going to a primary school in Roseau, I would wake up at 5 o'clock along with her and get ready along with her. So it wasn't anything out of the ordinary for me other than the long bus ride. But the long bus ride it's really helped because during that 1 hour, I'll take that time to do like schoolwork, or I will do my homework from the way from school to home. I'll do my homework, or I'll study for a test in the morning, or I'll just catch up on some sleep that I need.
Now, I'm seeing that you're probably using your Dominica State College uniform. What are you going to be doing? What are your majors in Dominica State College?
I am majoring in architectural engineering in hopes of becoming an architect.
Okay, congratulations to you once again.
Thank you.
I wish you the best along your journey.
Thank you.
All right, as we just from speaking with young Cabon, and just want to say we come to the end of a beautiful program here this afternoon through the Ministry of Education, Human Resource Planning, Vocational Training, and the National Excellence. And I want to say thank you to all the viewers and listeners of DBS Radio. That's where we bid you bye-bye.